Welcome back, everybody, to Behind the Struggle podcast. It's me, your boy, CEO.
And don't forget me, at Lexia. Don't forget to follow us on the gram and check out thisisceo.com. We also joined today with our good friend, the Crow.
I don't know if that's a good friend. It's me again, Tyler. I'm back.
We tolerate him.
I valued him higher than he values me, I guess.
Big facts. I was feeling great, and she called me a crow.
You are a crow.
It's pronounced bro.
Yo, Crow, if you don't know.
Oh, the Crow bro.
All right, yo, let's get this show on the road. All right, y'all. So
I know it's been a week since last time, and I honestly missed you guys.
It's a long week.
Can I talk to my people? My God.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying.
This episode's for the women, so
Yeah, exactly. I missed you guys because I feel like last episode we were like, listen up. We have 9 slots. Pause. We need to fill the last one. Pause. With
Don't
one
actually
more,
pause the podcast. I know that can be confusing.
she's just playing it safe.
But we asked you guys actually to give us the 10th female rapper. So I went on TikTok Live a couple times. So if you missed it, shame on you. Just kidding.
Yeah, she tells you guys every episode.
Tuesday and
Follow
Thursday.
her on the TikTok. She
At
tells you that.
Sexia on TikTok, okay? Follow me on TikTok. We went on live and we were talking with the people and we were discussing who should even be on the list, I guess. And we narrowed it down and found somebody. We'll reveal that in a little bit. But Chris, you can go ahead and tell everyone.
Real quick, I'm jumping in.
Today.
I have to correct myself from last
Ooh.
episode. As soon as we stopped recording last episode, I went, idiot. I was saying from Diggable Planet's Butterfly, but her name is Ladybug. Butterfly's the other rapper. So for any random old head listening to this, I apologize.
I do have Butterfly on this list, but her name was Ladybug?
Yes, it's Doodlebug, Ladybug, and Butterfly, and her name is Ladybug. Moving on.
What are the Powerpuff Girls?
Wait, what? I'm so confused.
All right.
Keep moving. We got it. Everything's good now. We're great.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta get the show on the road. Let's keep it moving.
Sorry.
All right, guys. So on our last episode, which is part 1 of top 5 female MCs, we basically created the criteria of which we were gonna run these female artists through, and then we picked 6 female artists that were on the Billboard Top 50 Greatest Rappers of All Time, and then we added another 3 and 1 that the fans had picked. So, Alexia, if you would be so kind to let us know what the criteria was that we're going to be using against to judge these women to get our top 5.
You got it. We agreed upon lyrics, impact, duration of time in, and then a subcategory of that was versatility, their legacy, and then their bodies of work or stage presence.
Okay.
All right.
And the 9 female rappers that we had, and we were all tasked to listen to 5 songs. If you could listen to more, cool, but that was the minimum of each of these female MCs. In the 9 that we had, and then Alexia, you reveal who the fans said should be number 10. We had
the
Eve
Billboard
of the Rough Riders.
Oh, go ahead. The 3 that were not on the Billboard charts then were
I don't have the list written down in that order. I just have the 9 that we had.
unorganized.
It's going to be a long one, guys.
me.
Strap in.
It's my middle name.
Put your seatbelts on. Okay, sorry. So the 3 that
Alexia's going to read the list now, y'all. Go ahead.
The 3 that we have that were not on Billboard's top 50 were EVE, Rhapsody, and Lil Sims. The 6 that were on the
That was hot.
Yeah, that was the ill-ass remix right there. Yeah, I'm keeping that shit on the podcast. Don't delete that. All right, Tyler, let's both stop our recordings.
Oh.
And then the Billboard's chart that we agreed with and decided to put on the list, we had Nicki Minaj, Queen Latifah, Lil Kim, MC Lyte, Lauryn Hill,
God.
and Missy Elliott.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. So for our TikTok live sessions,
Oh, snap.
will you be surprised to hear that the majority of the fans really wanted us to add Cardi B to the list.
Drum roll. Whoa, what? Really?
You were there.
I know. I'm trying to act surprised. Damn, bro. You had to blow up my spot.
I'm sorry. Tyler has no reaction.
Listen,
Crow bro.
That's Heidi.
I'm tired of them already.
Of who? My TikTok fans, or you mean of female rappers?
You and this one, mostly him. They don't get that reference. They missed it.
Yeah, it's all right. Y'all gonna hit on the next album. It's gonna be going to single.
Cardi
Oh
B.
God. Yes.
Cardi B. She was the one that was chosen. All right.
Might be heavily due to like the relevancy and like her just coming up. I mean, she has talent too. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah, and she is involved like in a lot of things outside of music. So if like impact is something that we're considering based on the criteria, then yeah, like I could see why.
okay. So
But I think it has more to do with the relevancy. But all right, cool. So those are our 10, and we're gonna dwindle it down to 5. But we're gonna do 5 in numerical order, where we're going to pick the top 5 and rank them from 1 through 5. Is that correct, y'all?
Sure.
Cool. Glad we're all on the same page. All right, so before we even get into this a little bit more, and you guys, if you have it, share it, just because I want the audience to know like what we're basing our votes on who's going to be considered in the top 5, like what songs we listen to.
okay.
So for me, when it came to Eve, the songs that I listened to was Gangsta Lovin', Love Is Blind, Who's That Girl, Let Me Blow Your Mind featuring Gwen Stefani, and Tambourine featuring Swiss Beats. Swiss Beats. Sorry, I said that all retarded.
I didn't write
neither.
songs down like that.
But I did listen to all the
But
songs though.
I will say, yeah, I know all of them too. But I will say that I think, with Eve specifically, her songs have very catchy choruses. But that's it. So, I'm not saying that's it, Tyler. Tyler's face. I'm not saying she has nothing but a chorus to offer. I'm saying like
I mean, that's what it sounds like. You said.
it's her choruses are very memorable and that's dope. But there's not much else to the songs that's making me be like, she's one of the top 5. That's what I mean.
Okay. All right.
I low-key think that, like, I could be wrong, obviously, but I low-key think her paw tattoos on her chest are more iconic than, like, a lot of her songs.
Wow.
Also,
Okay.
let me just say, it has nothing to do with Eve necessarily, but I think...
Oh no, we're going over here already.
No, I think that Iggy
Oh, thank
Azalea is
God.
trying to sound like her. And it's kind of annoying because when I hear Eve, now I hear Iggy, and I'm like, ugh, you know, like she ruined her for me.
Oh, what was that sound effect?
Ugh, like literally.
Oh boy, it's gonna be a long one. I mean, I would agree that a lot of the highlights come in the chorus. More so than
you
other people
texting?
on the list. Who are you texting? I'm over here doing research. I got my Eve playlist up.
Research.
So somebody better come get her. I don't know. What do you have to say, Ortiz? There's
You're
only
the only
three
one
of
that
us
hasn't
here,
said
right?
anything yet.
She talked, then I talked. You just sitting there looking at me.
That's how podcast works.
For me, Eve, honestly, I could agree with that assessment as far as her courses really stand out. But even for me, and I'm not even like a big avid listener or fan of Eve like that, but Love Is Blind still stands out to me. Even the content and the stuff that she was talking about on that record, like that song, the chorus isn't the only thing that stands out to me. It's the overall message, the story she's telling, and I think that shows, you know, just if we're going back on lyrics, her storytelling ability, versatility, able to paint a picture from a different perspective. I still think that song is dope.
But that's one song. So I'm not saying
Wow,
she's
okay.
not good. I'm saying knowing the roster we have, I don't think I would put her in top 5. I'm glad she's in top 10.
Okay, so already filtering people out, because I was just saying the songs I listen
I'm just
to, but
talking
all right.
what's
I'm
in my
talking
head.
from my heart.
That's a dangerous place, y'all. Just
Yes,
so
it
y'all know.
is. We're actually starting a new series soon called After Hours. Behind the Struggle After Hours. It's after we stop pressing record, we're going to actually keep recording, and then you can hear everything that I think.
They're very abusive to me.
Yeah, and that's for our paid subscribers. You know, when we start doing our paid subscriptions, you guys can definitely hear that stuff.
if you want. Dun dun.
All right. Dun dun. All right. So the next one that I had was that I listened to from songs on my list is Missy Elliott. The songs that I had was "It's My Window and I Can't Stand the
It's
Rain."
really good.
I still love that fucking song.
Oh, for a second I was like,
Get
what?
Your Freak On.
So
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
And that's what I was gonna point out. Her videos are very
Well, damn,
unique.
yo, can I get through my list?
We're
I'm
having
talking to
conversation.
Tyler right now.
Get
Go over there.
Get your own podcast
Yo, I
if
was
you want to talk.
talking.
Right?
No one cares about your
All right,
list.
y'all,
No one
I'm
else has
out.
a list like this.
Podcast is over, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm out.
she wins with stage
presence.
presence out of all of them. She's on a different level.
Yeah, she had a different sound and very bold music videos. She was unique and strange, and I don't want to attribute her talent to the videos, you know what I mean? Because the production was definitely weird, but it caught everyone's attention. But dare I say that her music, a lot of her songs, actually became as good or as widestream as they did because of the videos. Not saying that they're bad by themselves, but the videos were so outlandish that I think that like she was definitely on the MTV era when like music videos were playing all day. So her music video would have been played several times a day because all of her stuff is like cinematic or weird or like different.
Well, I think her music videos, and she's even said this before, was heavily inspired by Busta Rhymes. And Busta Rhymes had a lot of weird music videos like that too. So I'm just saying. And I also want to point out for Missy Elliott, she is the only female rapper in the Hall of Fame that has an award for writing. Because before Missy Elliott put out her first project, she was writing songs for Aaliyah, Genuine, Janet Jackson, several artists, and they would not let her do visuals or her own music because they said she was too chubby.
Really?
And then when she finally got her first video to do, it was for the song "The Rain." That's why she's wearing that big like garbage suit, and she knew, I think, that okay, I'm not gonna get by on my looks. So I really got to push the visuals, my production, and just my style. My whole thing has to be so different from everybody else. And that shit worked.
I
you even
believe.
listen to her music now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever listen to the music now, I can't even compare anybody like to her on the list. As far as like the style and how she does the music. But Missy's just different.
That I believe because she really knows how to work her way around a song. So, like, I'm talking video production and everything. Her stuff is more dancey. I feel like it's entertaining, but she can also just turn it and be like, I'm talking about something for real right now. Like, she had confidence on the mic.
That's definitely her strength. Is she has a lot of club bangers, especially with when she has Timberland producing. I think a lot of her strength comes from the music side of things versus her lyrics. But once in a while, she can really like flip it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, something else I also found out about Missy Elliott is that, I think at the age of 8, probably sooner, that her father lost their home. I mean, not their home, but their job. And so they were sleeping in like a metal container. And the father used to have to stay up at night to like shush mice from running on top of Missy Elliott and her mom while they were sleeping. And in order to try and get them out of there, Missy Elliott would always say she's going to buy her mom like a house. And she took a test, an IQ test, and she scored and actually was rated a genius. And the school didn't believe her. So they told her to retake the test, and she got an even higher score, saying she was a genius again. So then they pushed her up 2 grades, but then she purposely failed all her classes so she could be put back in the same grade with all her friends. Like, she was already, like, ahead of her time trying to, like, do these things.
Wow, I
So,
never knew that.
yeah, so I thought that was pretty interesting to hear that about Missy Elliott,
That is amazing.
So, yeah, to finish my list of the songs that I listened to from her was The Rain, Get Your Freak On, 1 Minute Man, Lose Control, and Work It.
Fair.
Like the 5 most
Alright.
popular ones. All right.
Oh, thanks, Alexia. Appreciate the commentary.
Oh.
All right. The third person I had, look, just like my boy Nas, I have a bias for this woman right here, Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
Now, I want to ask you guys, because I have some songs on here that aren't necessarily, Lauryn Hill, because some of these songs are on the Fugees album, but when I was listening to them, I was like, Lauryn Hill's
right.
all over this record. Like, I basically consider this a Lauryn Hill track.
Yeah.
So the songs that I had for her was Killing Me Softly, Doo Wop, Everything Is Everything, Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, Lost Ones, and Ready or Not.
Okay, but I have a very important question because all of those songs and more, not only did I listen to them in our research, but I recognized them from before. Why is she considered a rapper? Because none of those songs to me sound like rap. None of them.
Lost Ones, she's spitting. She's spitting on Lost Ones. Everything Is Everything, she's rapping on there. Doo Wop, she's rapping on there. And I get your point because I think Lauryn Hill does a nice mix of like the neo soul with the rapping because she's able to do both. So I completely get that, but she's still rapping regardless. Now, I'm happy you brought that up because I did highlight some of the female rappers that we had to listen to, and I was like,
Some
all
of
right,
them are singing.
Some of these women here were just straight spitting.
Yeah.
Like, there are other women that were like sing and, you know, rap, and they do like a mixture. Like Missy Elliott is one of those too, where others were just spitting. But it's funny because as I was doing my research on Lauryn Hill, and honorable mention to Trina, even though I think you kind of nasty, girl, because you had that crazy masturbation song. But
that was not necessary.
I know. I'm just saying. You're right. But they were interviewing Trina, and they were asking her who were her top 5 female rappers, and she brought up MC Lyte. She brought up Lil'
All right.
Kim,
Hold on,
Nicki
Ortiz, because now she's getting
Minaj.
crazy.
No, wait. But my point to it, and then the interviewer said, he's like, oh, really? Like, you don't have Lauryn Hill on your list? And then she was even like, I don't even consider Lauryn Hill a rapper. Like, Lauryn Hill was like above that. It's almost like she's just different. She's like just like an icon, just like you look at Michael Jackson or Prince. You know, it's just like she kind of almost elevated beyond the culture.
I guess I could see
saying.
that.
And I was like, I could kind of agree with that. That was what I was trying to get at.
What I'm trying to get at is every time someone says MC Lyte, Alexia makes a face, and we're gonna have to address that soon. But
we're getting there. We're getting
She
there.
definitely raps. I don't like some of her biggest songs. She's also singing, and the music production isn't very hip hoppy, but she's definitely rapping.
I guess in my perception, she's more R&B because the other female rappers on our list, they rap and they sing a little bit. Lauryn Hill, I think, sings and raps a little bit. So I'm just like, why is she considered a rapper?
I think because she like Beyonce doesn't rap; she just sings. Lauryn Hill.
Well, Beyonce does have some rap, some bars.
Beyonce doesn't rap; she sings, and so Lauryn Hill. That was crazy.
Yo, that was wild.
I don't think she writes her own stuff
Y'all
at
can
all,
see the
but she
video.
does.
So shout out Beyonce. And so Lauryn Hill raps, right?
Don't come
Where
from
like when you
Beehive.
think of Lauryn Hill, you think of rap and you think of singing, right? It's like you don't. No,
No, I
not
don't.
you. You are an enigma. I don't know what you are, but the average person.
I get that a lot.
Different, Alexia.
The average
You
person
different.
thinks of both, or they think of the songs
Okay,
holistically.
whatever.
But there's definitely.
I mean, I really like her songs, all of them. And I cannot sing, and I'd be singing her shit at the top of my lungs. But that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
why is she on the rap list?
Give us one.
Can we hear a sample, Alexia, of you singing?
It's without Chris ignoring me. So I think she is great, but I mean, interrupting me. I think she's great, but that's why I'm just wondering why specifically rap. But I'm not arguing with you. Like, if that's the case, then I think she should be on top 5 for sure.
You good over there?
Are you good?
My business.
I'm always good. Mind the business. Getting to your point, though, I can see where that comes from, but I still consider her a rapper. I mean, I guess if we're going to go outside of the females for a second, and maybe this is a bad comparison, but people could, I guess, kind of say the same thing about Drake. Like, he had a whole album he came out with where he was just singing the whole time. You know, and they could be like, oh, he's not really a rapper. He, like, has a balance of both.
Yeah, but he addressed that. He's like, you get invited by your singing, you know what?
I don't, Alexia. Singing what?
A singing Drake. You get embodied by a singing Drake, okay?
Okay, all right.
It's like
all right, all right.
if you're rapping at all, I feel like you're a rapper. If it's like more than once, you know.
Oh, then
I
I'm a
agree.
rapper.
It's funny if you were on those 4 TikToks that we did this
Sanzuli.
past week, you would know that Alexia was the 3rd highest voted.
I was.
Yo, debut is dropping soon. Y'all heard the little sneak peek earlier.
Once again, CEO, they did not hear that because we stopped the recording. I can't stress this enough. You keep referencing this, and they don't know what you're talking about.
Now he's gonna put it in the background though, over you. Like he's gonna let you talk and he's gonna play it over you. Yeah. That's petty.
Wait, real quick.
All right.
though.
Anyway.
She's got that one album,
Alright.
right?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
And then she's
Okay.
on,
the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
and then she's on that Fuji's album, right? And then what?
She I mean, and this was another thing I was gonna ask if are we looking at features? Because some of them I did, and Little Kim is the next one on my list. But before I get to her, I was looking at some features. Now, Lauryn Hill has 2
Right.
songs with Nas. One was "If I Ruled the World,"
Right.
which is super iconic. That's actually considered one of like the best hip hop songs, like period. Like a lot of people know that record. And then she even had another song with Nas recently, I think on King Disease 2. And I think it was Nobody. And she was spitting bars on that. Like,
Right.
I mean, that kind of speaks to the other rappers recognizing her credibility. I guess that would make like bodies of work or legacy or impact on our list, but I think that shows that the other rappers recognize her or whoever.
Let's keep it moving, and then we'll circle back. Who's next?
Okay. The next one that I have, and these are the songs I listened to, was Little Kim. And the songs that I had was The Jump Off, No Matter What They Say, Crush on You, Light Us Up, and Magic Stick.
I was about to say, not the magic stick.
And the honorable mentions that I had, where these are Little Kim that was featured on it, but these are like big records in just the culture of hip hop that she was a part of. And this kind of one I want to discuss with you guys, because I'm just like, yo, like, are we not going to include these?
Look at
just
his
because
face,
she was
y'all.
featured on it? I'm just saying.
White Storm.
So the honorable mentions, she had Money, Power, Respect with the Locks. I mean, she's all over that chorus. When I hear that song, I like it wouldn't be the same without Little Kim on the hook. The other one is that Quiet Storm remix with Mobb Deep, Part 2. Her verses on there is crazy. And then the last one, I mean, what the fuck? All About the Benjamins. Those are big records.
I saw she was featured in a lot of songs. I had to like really search for songs that she made, that, and even those when she had features in. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't a lot of only Little Kim. That's not a knock. I'm just saying. But she was featured in a lot, so I get what you're saying.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much.
I want to say really quickly, Little Kim, I mean they all, but Little Kim has like high attitude, but like confidence. Not attitude like a negative connotation, like confident, but like super high attitude. Also,
She reminded me of somebody.
she calls who?
There was an owl in here.
She calls herself Queen Bee a lot. And that was kind of crazy because that's supposed to be Beyonce.
What'd she call herself?
Bro, where are you?
Oh, the Queen Bee. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, so, and also in the Jump Off, that song, she calls herself Black Barbie, and Nicki
Right.
calls herself that. So I'm starting to see, like, obviously Little Kim inspired everyone after her, for sure. I just wanted to point those out.
All right. Well, the next one on my list of songs that I listen to, unless Tyler, you had something you want to add to Little Kim?
Do you want to add something to the podcast at all, Tyler? Like,
Want to? Debatable. Will I suppose. Lil Kim, yeah, pretty good.
thanks for coming.
Y'all probably gonna say, "What the fuck, Chris? This is wild." But something I noticed is like a running theme in Little Kim.
All right, here we go.
She really likes the deep throat. She says that a lot.
Actually, Chris's
Like-
favorite rapper.
She says that a lot. I heard that on a lot of songs.
Or maybe that sells.
I don't know. I ain't hearing no one else talking about deep throat as much as she did. But hey, Little Kim.
Well,
that's-
I didn't notice
don't know.
that, so I don't know
was
what
listening to
you're.
the content of the music and deciphering bars and I don't know what you
That
was
was
doing.
that was in the content, bro. All right, so the next one that was on my list that I listened to was Nicki Minaj.
Okay, we're going to Nicki now.
Yeah, and the songs that I listened to was Pound the Alarm, Moment for Life,
Okay.
Chung Lee, Anaconda, and Super Bass. Oh, and Starships. Little thing right there. I didn't even know that was a Nicki Minaj song until I heard it. I was like, that's Nicki?
Who did you think it was?
I don't know. It's on the song that's so pop. I was like, I thought it was maybe Katy Perry.
You
or
are
somebody.
listening to
I
the
was like,
most
what the
pop
fuck?
of Nicki Minaj. Maybe besides Chung Lee, like, yeah, all those were like the most pop of Nicki.
Which ones did you listen to, Alexia?
I mean, I listen to Nicki all the time, so I'm just surprised that you weren't listening to, like, I don't know, Bees in the Trap, or also I really like right by My Side, even though I guess it's more singing, but
I don't know that
I'm
one.
like, anyway, it's featuring Chris
Ooh.
Brown.
Oh, the woman abuser.
Eye
We
roll.
love a
Chris's eye
problematic
roll.
king. Just like if you guys can see CEO, he's currently wearing a crown during this whole podcast. I want you to know. It's
Yeah,
just
why are you
something
wearing
he
a
does.
crown?
It's weird.
Yo, shout out to my ladies. You know, Rhapsody said, wear your crown. You know, spoiler alert.
That's so random.
But also honorable mention I did want to say for Nicki is her verse on Kanye West's song Monster. That shit still goes hard.
When she's featured too, she like turns it up. She does, like on her songs.
She's one of the best feature artists for sure.
Yeah. On her songs, they're like good, and she knows how to work. Just like Missy, she knows how to work around a beat in a verse. She's comfortable on songs. She's lyrically amazing, versatile, classy, modern. But when she's on a feature, she's like she fucking spitting like everyone's wet, like.
God damn.
Cause she's spitting, okay? Get your mind out of the gutter.
And now for our
Anyway.
sponsor break.
I don't know, bro. All right,
I was also gonna say she's very like modern. She knows how to work the audience as well, and she's very clearly inspired by like her past female rappers. But I don't really think that she credits them, or I don't know if she does. I don't really see her like saluting like the people that she is taking
That
from.
came before her.
Yeah. Which is not a
I think-
problem,
I think-
but I just noticed it as
I
I
think
were
a lot
doing
of that
as
stems
we were doing
from when
this.
she came out. Everyone called her a little Kim clone, and like, oh yeah,
They
and then
did?
It was that was like
Yeah.
all the
Yeah, oh,
news
yeah.
was, and it was at a time when like a lot of female rappers had just retired / a lot hadn't started yet. So there was like an empty pocket where Nicki was like the only one, and so
Yeah, she did sort of pop out like not out of nowhere, but it was like quiet for a bit, and then Nicki came and it was a huge thing. I remember.
she got a lot of comparisons, and so I think she just kind of shies away. She's like, "No, I'm me," blah blah blah. You know.
I can respect that then, because that's one thing you don't want to do. Like, you know, create this huge wave and everyone's like, "Oh, you're just like her," and it's like, if it was like that, then she would still be here, right? So I hear her. I got you, Nicki.
Damn. Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing I do want to say about Nicki, because I was surprised by these super pop songs, because I know some of her more bar-heavy verses, and I was
they're
like,
heavy.
damn. I was like, that's impressive range.
Yeah.
To have like a song like Starships, and then she has a song with Eminem, Roman's Revenge, and I just want to bring that back up because that's a standout verse she has on Monster, and like just to emphasize how big of a deal that is, Rick Ross, Kanye West, and Jay-Z are all on that record, and she is the standout verse. So fucking big props to Nicki on that, because that verse goes hard.
She for sure has like superior talent. And she's, like I said, so comfortable in her videos and on stage. She's super animated. I don't know. Her style is super bold too. She comes on with a different hairstyle every fucking 2 hours, and she pulls all of them off. Like, I can't do that.
And speak for yourself.
I pull all of them off. All right. So before we continue, did you have anything else that you want to add for Nicki, Tyler?
I was just
Been real
talking about
quiet this
Nicki for like a whole
episode,
2 minutes.
Yeah, his
No,
face.
I am a little more reserved this episode. I'm overwhelmed because I think the difference between first and second place or third and fourth place is a lot narrower than in other lists that we've done. But no, I think that's good enough for now, and I'll pipe back up when we get to ranking time.
Yeah, I'm sure when we narrow it down.
All right. So the next one on my list, who I listened to, was Queen Latifah. And the songs that I had listened to, two of these songs, as I was listening to them, which is Unity and Just Another
Crazy.
Day, man,
Crazy.
I fucking love those songs. Those songs are so good. I was listening to them. I was like, UNITY, like Just Another Day, chilling in the hood. It's oh my god. I was like, yo.
And I was watching that music video again. I haven't
Mm-hmm.
seen it in a billion years, and I realized that's where she was floating. When she's floating around the streets, and that's where Kendrick got it from. It
Yeah.
never even clicked until like a couple days ago.
Oh shit, you're right.
Right.
Yo, you're right.
Yeah.
In the All Right music video, right? Yeah, yo, that's right. Damn. Okay.
Yes, Queen.
Yeah. So I listened. Yeah, so I listened to Unity, Just Another Day, Ladies First, Fly Girl, and It's All Right.
I just want to point out it was kind of funny because I was listening to all of these female rappers. Queen Latifah was by far the most gangster. Like,
Oh no, she was tough.
Yo, she don't play Queen
Said-
Latifah.
Yeah.
Who you calling a
She-
bitch? Is their first line.
I also want to bring up something that I came across when listening to Queen Latifah and just researching her, which I thought was hilarious because Tyler, you like said it on the first first part of this series of the female goats, where you're like, she's the queen.
Is that me? She's the queen.
what?
Yeah, so you did it right there, perfect. So supposedly Queen Latifah was a part of a celebrity death hoax where Queen Latifah was trending for a day because when the news came out that the queen was dead, it caused confusion because people thought it was Queen Latifah instead of Queen
Niggas is
Elizabeth II.
Wait, what?
So we're in
You
New
don't know
York,
Queen
but if you
Elizabeth?
go,
Bro.
if you look to the east, you go over the Atlantic. There's this place called England, right?
What does that have to do with her name being Queen Latifah? Because people thought it was the wrong queen. What was the point of that story?
That was crazy on the
No.
Man's Own podcast.
I just thought it was funny because Queen Latifah was part of a celebrity death hoax where people actually thought Queen Latifah had died because when the news came out that it was Queen Elizabeth II that had passed away, how the media and the tabloids had put it out, they had put out the queen is dead. And instead of people being like, oh, like Queen Elizabeth, they automatically assumed it was Queen Latifah. So I just thought it was funny because even you were like, oh, she's the queen.
She's
And I was
the
like, wow, I guess
queen!
the whole internet thought that too because they didn't even care about her.
You can
So,
order
yeah, I thought that
our
was
"She's
pretty
the Queen"
interesting.
T-shirts on our store. One size fits all.
At thisisceo.com. Unisex. So, yeah. Get your size, y'all. For the Queen Latifah.
So last thing I want to say about Queen Latifah before we move on is, I mean, I think that it's, she kind of switched to an acting career. I don't know if she completely stopped music, but the transition for her, she's still an iconic rapper. So like, you can't really say the same for like Tyrese, for example, like she went to acting and she's still,
That's
My
a
man's
crazy
Tyrese is at home having dinner with his family, and all of a sudden, pop, pop, pop.
Yo.
I'm
He's
just
got the
saying. Because it's like, all right, Tyrese, all right, Fast and Furious. Is he a rapper? Is he a singer? But Queen Latifah's like, yeah, she was a rapper. Like, so she still has that even though she doesn't, like, do it.
Agreed. Yeah. Like she was so hard that no matter what, she's in Hairspray in Chicago, but like she's still that bitch.
Yeah. And she's good at both because in the same respect, Taylor Swift is not a rapper, but Taylor Swift tried acting
Right.
and everyone
like,
shat
she's
on her.
genuinely
So.
good. Like Ice-T and Ice Cube are
Yeah.
fine, but
Yeah.
Queen Latifah is like she's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't she
So-
in that movie, The Setup, also?
She was in a lot, yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that obviously has nothing to do with our list criteria, but I just wanted to point that out. Brownie points, maybe? I don't know. Or maybe legacy.
Oh, thank you. I was going to ask for the criteria again because I was writing it down so I could, look at it. All right, anyways.
Before you shit on my handwriting. All right, who's next?
All right, well, speaking of shitting on people, this is the one I feared the most.
You feared.
Yeah, because of you.
Oh.
So the next rapper on my list that I listened to was MC Light.
All right, Alexia, take it away.
Let's hear yours first before I get hate in the mail.
So the 5 songs that I listened to by MC Light was Poor Georgie,
Yeah.
Roughneck, Paper Thin, Cha Cha Cha, and Stop, Look, Listen.
Paper Thin. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
What about you guys? Did you guys all listen to the same
I
ones?
listened to those and
different
some
ones?
others. I think I listened to Light as a Rock as well.
I don't know. I think some of those titles I recognize, but I was like listening and clicking on things so that I could like get her vibe or whatever, and I don't remember the titles because I was just like,
Yeah. Everyone's song titles are mixed up now. I listened to too much music this week.
well, okay. I don't want to walk into listening to her with a bias because I just don't know who she is, but that's not a problem because I didn't know who Lil Sims was either.
Oh. I was going to say, I guess I'll be the sacrificial lamb really quickly because Alexia made a point a lot on the last episode about MC Light, and y'all could fucking shoot me too really quickly, but I was listening to these songs by MC Light and I had never heard any of these songs ever in my life.
I could tell that you were just kind of letting me rock, and you were kind of keeping quiet. I'm like, this man don't know what's going on.
No, I had no idea.
At least I was honest.
I mean, I know who MC Light is. I just was not familiar with her catalog. I wasn't like, who the fuck is MC Light? Mick Light or whatever. But
Yeah, you were going a little crazy.
Yeah, you were going wild on her. But I'm going to be honest, and maybe it's a bit more shameful because I'm the rapper. But I listened to these songs. I had never heard any of these songs in my life. The only one that I was familiar with was Cha Cha Cha. But that's because of the instrumentation at the beginning of the song, and in between, like, I realized had been sampled in other songs, but I never knew it was a part of MC Light's catalog. So, really quickly before
I didn't recognize anything.
Before Alexia starts taking all the bullets, I'm just gonna say I never heard any of these songs.
But you heard of her?
Yes.
How? Where? Like on the milk carton? Like,
wow.
Who is this?
Yo, what's wrong with you?
Yo, you good?
I know. I hope she doesn't listen to this because
Jesus
she's gonna be
Christ.
like, "Are you good? Get my name out your mouth."
I hope she does listen to this. You gonna get a
My
class
God.
action.
I mean, even MC Light's songs, even my first time hearing them, they were very, very old school. So I feel like even if I was like a child, like listening to rap for the first time, that's not something I would listen to. I feel like it was. I don't know the genres specifically. I mean, the videos looked very 90s, but it sounded even older than that. So it was just kind of strange to me.
Yeah, she's like late 80s for sure.
Oh, and it was also sort of like, I want to say like Will Smith style, like poppy. Like I'm rapping, but I'm like,
Will Smith got bars.
no, he does, but I mean, I'm not saying she doesn't either. You know, she had some bars, but I was like, okay, but also like, who was she talking to?
I don't believe it when you say it with your face.
Who was she talking to, and what was she saying? Because it was kind of like, I don't want to compare
This is
it.
the
Like
best
this is how my
episode.
mind
This
works.
is our worst episode.
So
We do not have it together.
At all.
So you guys can see how I think. It was kind of like she was like a drill rapper to me, but not the style, the rap. It was like the way that she presented it. So she was like saying a lot of things, but it didn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like drill rap, I feel like every two lines in drill rap, they're saying something completely different that doesn't have anything to do with the last two bars. That's in my head. So I think that's what she was doing because I was listening to her songs and I was like, what is she saying? Like, what exactly is she talking about? Can't wait!
Yeah, I love how like in between Alexia's like words, you hear the in the
It's
back.
very
almost, like,
respectful. It's just enough
Yeah.
for you to edit it out.
yeah. It's like she's doing the ad libs to Alexia talking. She's like, "Yo, what's like drill rap?" But I really understand what she was saying. Arf. And when I'm listening to her, arf.
on a woo, woo.
Okay, we love you. We appreciate you.
Like
But-
compared to Queen Latifah, MC Light is definitely just kind of spitting, right? Where Queen Latifah
Yeah.
definitely has a message. It's very pointed. It's very direct.
Yeah, and I guess I don't like that. So that's why I was like, what the fuck? But also, who was she talking to? What was her
You.
demographic? I was like, she's not talking to me.
Who you
I
calling
know
a
she ain't
bitch?
talking to me.
Bitch. MCLYT.
I mean,
Go ahead, Tyler.
I think it changes from track to track, but like there's definitely no like going back to Queen Latifah. It's very like Afrocentric, women empowerment. Here we are. Here I am.
Wait, so how is she legendary? I really want to know like why she's even on the Billboard's top 50.
I think partially because, especially for the time, there weren't that many hard rappers like that were female.
That's a horrible reason to be on a Billboard chart, just because you're the only.
I'm making a list. That's point number
Okay.
one.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Oh
Go
my
ahead.
gosh, she just don't like MC Light. Let her live her life.
I just
Yeah, I'm gonna send MC.
no live your life.
I'm gonna
guys.
give
Don't
MC
hate.
Light your
too.
address.
Let her,
I'm gonna give MC
let her
Light
be
your
on the top
address.
50.
Tomorrow
also,
morning when Alexia comes home from work, MC Light's gonna be outside on her porch.
Why? No, I'm not that special. That's what I'm saying. Why is it so crazy? I don't know who she is. Like she doesn't know who I am, and I'm not fucking crying about it.
Now you're doing a lot of talking though.
Cause I don't know who she is. I want to know why she's on the Billboard
She's
top
really
50.
if you remember from part one. If those of you who are still with us, God bless you. If you remember from part one, I kept shouting out JJ Fab, right? And they had a couple of hits, right? Like Fergie sampled or copied them. Eminem even. They have a couple of big moments, but they're in. But unlike them, MC Light is in more of a this is a rappers, you know, where JJ Fab around that time is more commercial. And so I think at that time, for a female rapper to be quote rappy rap and not more commercial was big, and there weren't many of that era to do it like her, right? So it's not just that at the time it was going on, it's of this genre, of this era of hip-hop, there's almost no one like her, and she did it at a high level. It's not just that it's rare, it was done at a high level as well.
And I think it was like
What do you mean by high level?
high level lyricism, storytelling ability, even the way the content in which she was talking about. And I think what makes her rare, because this is something that I had to learn as well, MC Light wasn't only just one of, if not, correct me, the first female rapper. She was also like one of the first rappers like in the beginning when hip hop was really kind of coming into its own. And
Really?
yeah, and instead of like relying on her being a woman as like we see in a lot of like female centric songs now in hip hop, they all kind of like center around like sex or in some way, shape, or form, or women empowerment. I noticed MC Light wasn't really selling sex. She was just like, yo, I'm a woman, but I'm gonna come with the bars. Like I'm gonna just spit. Like I'm no different. You know, and then the fact that she was a woman and at that time, I guess like a man's game and like was on that level with them spitting, like speaks to her just as an artist in general. Like she was so ahead of the curve of everybody else. I think that's why she's on that Billboard, because she came before a lot of them.
I mean, that would make her iconic for sure. And I guess you guys said that her lyrics were above average, but her versatility and time in, and then her bodies of work and stage presence, I don't see it.
think she's as versatile as other people.
Agreed.
And I think most of these earlier rappers, their body of work suffers. It's a lot easier to make an album nowadays. You can make 2 albums a year. So I think that it suffers from the times a bit. But if you were to ask people from her first album in 1988 until 2000 about female rappers, she would come up because she had staying power at least until, you know, the early Kanye days, right? Like early 2000s. And I think a lot of that is because of her aggressive lyricism. Mm-hmm. But also, again, it was done at a high level. Like it wasn't just loud to be loud. It wasn't aggressive just to be aggressive. There was truth behind it, and it was very poignant.
Yeah, and that was something I recognized in the one song that I listened to her from Poor Georgie. Like that was a really good storytelling record. You know, and like thinking about like how early she was at the time when that song came out, and just in the age of the genre and what she was talking about, I was like, wow. I was like, okay. And that's gonna be.
Then
Go ahead.
I'm kind of shocked that like I've never heard of her. You know, like there are a bunch of people that started waves and are iconic and, you know, one of the first whatever's in rap, and we hear about them. So why not her?
I mean, again, I feel like I've always heard about her. I'm not a huge fan of hers, but I've always, after everyone gets done listing these 10 or 11 people, they go, oh yeah, and also MC Light. So she was never like in the forefront of people mentioned. But I think similar to our Queen Latifah concert, a lot of people transition. They do other things that keep them in the social consciousness, and I don't think she was one of those people. I think it's if you're it's the 50th anniversary this year. If you're talking about the history of hip hop, she definitely has her own, at least half a chapter just about her. There is that level of importance, but Lil Kim is tied to Biggie in many ways. So, even if she slowed down, we'd still talk about her. Queen Latifah, she's acting and singing and doing other things now, so we still talk about her. Where MC Light, it was just kind of she had her time and then that's it.
Okay, and that's why I don't know who the heck she is.
So, do you have an apology for anyone, Alexia, here on the podcast? It's first time? You hurt her feelings yesterday? Or last week, rather?
Why would that hurt your feelings though? I've never heard of you.
No, you didn't hurt. What? You obliterated her. You said, who the fuck? McLight? Little ass girl? Whatever you said. I don't know what you said exactly.
I'm sorry. I didn't know her name, really. And I wrote it down.
There it is.
I wrote it down so it says McLight on my paper because that's how it's
I think
spelled.
she born 1970. She'll come for you. She got hands, I'm sure.
Okay.
Watch it back.
Okay.
All right, so the next one on my list, because I don't want to give Alexa any more opportunities to shit on MC Light, so we're just gonna move on past. The next rapper on my list that I listened to was Rhapsody, and the 5 songs that I listened to was The Man, 12 Problems, Nina, Afeni, Crown, and Hard to Choose. And I'm going to say this right now. Rhapsody, she surprised the hell out of me. I was like, whoa, I was thoroughly impressed. I mean, I was familiar with her. She was on Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly, and I've heard some other songs from her as well. But I never really dived deep into her catalog. And when I heard her, I was like, damn. I was impressed. Just like the lyrics, her presence, like coming through on the mic, the production of the records, and how long she's been doing this for as well. Like I was surprised that she has been doing it as long as she's
older than I thought. Yeah.
So I was like, damn. And a point that I kind of want to touch on, I was talking about this off the mic earlier with Alexia before we started recording, but I think this is the perfect time to bring it up. So something I noticed, at least from the 8 that we have stated so far on the list, and maybe these are only from the songs that I heard so far, only 3 of the female rappers on this list, which would be Rhapsody, MC Light, and Lauryn Hill, impressed me with their subject matter and perspective. And I say this from a songwriting point of view because a lot of the female rappers, for the most part, it's about women empowerment. I don't need no man. Men ain't shit. Sex in some way, shape, or form. And how, sex is their power. But then MC Light, Rhapsody, and Lauryn Hill all had songs where they were talking about stuff from a man's perspective, or talking about things like observing a man and his life or the hardship that he is going through. And I just want to say, as a man and as a rapper, I respected that because I was like, wow, that was a breath of fresh air. To hear these women kind of take that kind of perspective. Rhapsody, she had that on the song The Man, where she's talking about this guy who had to be the man in his home. He had to make up for the father that wasn't there to take care of his family. MC Light talks about this guy that she was kind of dating, and he ended up getting cancer. and she was like, man, like I never took the chance with him, and it was too late, we're talking about the hardship he had to go through. And then Lauryn Hill on the song Doo-Wop, because when she's like, like she's like doing both perspectives on the first verse, I believe, she's saying to like, oh, like, girls, you better watch out because some guys only want that thing. And then in the second verse, she's talking about it to the men. And she's like, hey, boys, you better watch out because some girls only want that thing. And just as a writer, I respected that because I'm like, yeah, mostly you always hear, oh, men ain't shit. I don't need a man. I'm a woman. Hear me roar. Oh, I'm going to sell this pussy. You can't fuck me. I fuck better than anybody else. And you never really hear somebody tackle that perspective of a man. And I'm just saying like, oh, women got to talk about men. But, I did a song Guarded where I literally wrote a whole song talking about the perspective of a woman.
Streaming now.
Yeah. And I'm not a girl at all, but I did that. I was inspired a little bit by Alexia, but then other women in my life that I've like gotten to know. And I think that just shows to your songwriting capabilities to be able to shift your perspective to talk about something else. So of those three artists, I found that to be like a breath of fresh air. I was like, wow. I was like really surprised by that.
Versatility.
I think that takes another line of talent to do that too, for sure. Rhapsody surprised me as well because I never heard of her either. But when I searched her to look up these songs that we had to listen to, I found like a video game soundtrack, and I was like, "What the hell?" I couldn't find her. Like it was weird. I had to like, I was like a kindergartner, like Rhapsody the rapper songs. Like it was so crazy. But then when I found her, I was like, "Why is she not much bigger than this? Like, how have I not heard of her? How has this talent gone under the radar for so long?" I thought she was lyrically amazing. Her videos are great too. She tells a story in her songs, and I really starred. I don't know what this word is or what it means, but the song Afeni, that one was like blew my mind. I saw it. I don't have any songs to mention except for that one by Rhapsody.
For me, it was The Man, which I just spoke on. But also Nina, like that sample that she has with Blood on the Leaves. Yeah, that shit was fire. Yeah. And then when she was rapping on 12 Problems, like it was like a cipher. I don't know. She goes hard. I was like, listen to this. I'm not going to front.
Yeah.
Rhapsody, you got a fan. Like, I'm going to listen to
you.
She
even
shit.
Recently was on Funk Flex. Was at 97 in the morning, whatever. She was recently on that like 3-4 years ago. And it was another one of those like, oh, spit some bars for us, and they play a beat, and she did, and I was like, girl, like,
yeah,
where have you been?
It's funny you mentioned that because it makes me think of Black Thought, right? Like a lot of people in the rap game, like if you know who Black Thought is, and you know what a lyrical master he is, but it wasn't until he did that Funk Flex freestyle that was like 11 or 12 minutes where people are like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? It's like, yo, he's been around since forever.
Like 20 years, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like there's certain rappers which unfortunately I guess they never, are able to poke out past the zeitgeist, like the pop culture, to like, penetrate there. And so, like, I think
it's a shame.
Yeah, if you're in the game, you know these people. I mean, I think Rhapsody's talent speaks to itself because I don't think Kendrick Lamar would have had her on his album if not.
It just comes down to it requires a little bit more effort to listen to her because like you have to use your brain a little bit, and that's like that.
But that's what I like.
Ooh.
Anyway, she was very high on my list.
Same.
And
Spoilers.
It was almost like it was literally first impression. Like I just listened to her for the first time and I was already like, oh shit. But like, with other people I was like,
Crazy. We already moved past MC Light. I don't know why.
I didn't even say it. Wow.
You guys can't see, but Alexia is holding up a piece of paper. She wrote MC Light
no,
on
I'm
it.
not.
Crossed it out.
Stop.
Get her in the comments. Also, if you could isolate about 4 minutes ago when CEO said, I'm selling pussy, if you could isolate that and get that trending, that'd be great.
Make it a GIF, yeah.
Go a whole bunch of samples with that the the dog in the back.
Once again, I must tell you, the audience does not know what ama is because they weren't there.
They're gonna know
It's
now.
also on the, but all right.
You're sounding like
Whatever.
You're sounding like Porky Pig right now. Who's next?
All right. The next one on my list, which is another one that impressed me.
Who I was fighting for? Y'all was saying yeah. Last
You know what?
episode.
And I gotta say, I respect you
Who?
fighting for her. Little Sims. Little Sims impressed me. Gorilla, fire. Introvert, fire. Woman, fire. Picture Perfect, that was also good. And then
Stop,
the
stop,
last
drop, and
one
roll.
I listened,
Fire.
and then the last one I listened to right before we hopped on was Venom, and that shit gave me the stank face. I was like, oh, this bitch is spitting. Like,
Did you listen? Did
Damn.
you listen to the one that I just sent you?
yeah, that shit was hard too.
Can I just point out that her name is Little Sims, not Lil Sims?
Oh, thank you for that. I'm gonna correct that on my notes.
Yeah, that's what I was, because her name is literally Little
Yes.
Sims with a Z. I thought it was Lil, so.
And double backing, real quick to Rhapsody, since we're talking about names. I also feel bad for Rhapsody. Maybe this adds to it, people finding it hard to find her.
Because of Queen.
Even when I typed her name in correctly, all you get is Queen. You get Bohemian Rhapsody. That's the first thing that pops up.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh.
Oh, is that what I found? I thought it was a video game soundtrack. There was a dragon.
I don't know. I don't know what
Alright.
party in today.
Whatever. Anyway, yeah, point is, like, Rhapsody is not #1 on the search list, so that
Yeah.
sucks. But anyway.
But
Yeah,
CEO.
but yeah, so,
it's
yeah.
right there.
Right there, baby. Little Sims, so yeah, she was another one that surprised me. And I'm not going to lie, I never heard
Was
of
she
her.
British?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, she was. I was pleasantly surprised by Little Sims.
Was she also, like, super young or
She's 29, I think.
Wow.
in, like, her prime in those videos and stuff?
All those videos are like last 3 to 4 years for sure.
Oh.
I think she's only. I think her first album was only 9 years ago, which is something we have to talk about.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. So she's relatively new.
Yeah, she's super new.
She looks and sounds young,
Yeah.
too. I didn't know she was new. I thought she
I
was,
think
like,
she just turned 29,
okay.
Okay.
which means she would have started like at 20.
When she was
But
20.
when she was like younger, she would perform a lot. But I think her first studio album is like from 9 years ago. But she's been rapping since she was like 12.
Oh. Then the stuff that I found was when she was young. Not 12, but, like, young. Because I was like, damn, this girl looks like a child. But I did notice, too, she had longer verses, and her rhyme scheme was a bit more complex than the others on the list. For sure. I don't know. I thought
Yeah.
that
No, she
her
was
style,
fly,
though,
too.
was a little niche. I thought her rap style or maybe her demographic was a little niche, but maybe that's just because that was my first impression, and I only listened to a couple songs, and it was like, homework.
Over the past 2 days, I was listening to more because I just recently got into her maybe like a year ago, and over the past couple of days, I realized that she raps over a lot of different beats. Like there's some more soulful ones, some R&B ones, but then it's also like house adjacent beats that she raps on sometimes, and so she kind of like pops around a bit, which I thought was cool. I think if we have a part 3 to this 5 years from now,
Yeah.
if she continues on her trajectory, it's it's a whole different conversation. But she is quite new, which is a big caveat potentially.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all. I thought she was definitely old and, like, stopped making music, so that it was like, what? But is she still making music now?
Yeah.
Oh.
She just put out a music video like 3 weeks ago, maybe.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so she's still putting stuff out.
She's been big for like 2.5 years. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was something I noticed because Joyner Lucas had recently just put on a music video. And Joyner Lucas is pretty big. I mean, he's done songs with Eminem, Chris Brown, Future, whatever, right? All big artists. And when I was looking at his latest music video, she had more views than him. And both videos that came out around the same time. I was like,
that
damn.
new music video is crazy though.
It is.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Which one?
Gorilla.
You'd really like that one. Mark it down right now. It's so good.
Yeah.
Tattoo it on
I
your
have to write it
forearm.
down.
Yeah, if you just tattoo that. All right, everyone take 5.
All right, we'll be back.
Really good.
That's OD.
Well,
But yeah,
ape.
she's like, she's like a mini Kendrick. She's often compared to.
Really?
Which, no, but like I get it. You know, like out of everyone, if you line Kendrick up at the line of people, she'd be close. You know.
But yeah, so yeah, Little Sims also impressed me.
So hopefully she writes all of her own stuff.
I'm pretty sure. I feel like
Amazing.
she's vocal about people phoning it in, and and how she hates that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and
Okay.
then she's from the who else from the UK? Not really many people. Slick Rick, her, technically Doom. You don't get a lot of UK. I think she's the only non-American born on this list.
Yeah, and hopefully she doesn't let America taint her and like turn her to the dark, evil, greedy side.
Like CEO. Whew.
Gotta get that money.
He makes me pay him to appear on this podcast.
Hey,
I have
gotta
a
keep the
tell-all
lights on.
book coming out soon.
we gotta keep the lights on. Welcome to the struggle bus.
After dark.
But something I want to mention before we get to our number 10, which Alexia, I will defer that to you since we were live on your TikTok. with
4
that.
TikToks last week. You guys missed all of them. It's crazy.
Yeah, make sure you follow her, Alexia, all right? I do want to say of the 9 that we have so far, from Eve, Missy Elliott, Lauryn Hill, Little Kim, Nicki Minaj, Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, Rhapsody, Little Sims, I would say excluding Missy Elliott and Lauryn Hill, just because Missy Elliott, I think, has great production, visuals, all this other stuff. And Lauryn Hill, I can see how people can make the argument like, oh, is she really a rapper? Because she does a lot of neo soul. She does a lot of singing. But the other women, they spitting. They just spitting. Like, it's just, I'm like, yo, you can't even like, maybe she's not. I'm like, nah, they just straight up rapping. Like MC Lyte, just straight up rapping. I ain't hear no singing. Rhapsody, straight up rapping. Little Sims was straight up rapping. Queen Latifah, the only harmonizing I heard was on Just Another Day, but she was straight rapping. Nicki, we already know she got bars. Little Kim, same shit with her features. And Eve, she's known for her hooks, but usually the people singing the hooks is Gwen Stefani, Alicia Keys, or somebody else, but she was just spitting bars. So I just want to bring that up because we are talking greatest rappers, and these women were just straight up rapping.
So the point to that whole spiel was that
Oh, thanks.
Lauryn Hill and Missy Elliott should not be on the top 5. Is that what I'm getting?
No, I didn't say that at all. I want to just mention that I think Missy, has better production than a lot of people on the list, which helps her stand out in a different way.
It's like Kanye West is not a top 20 rapper, but if you take him holistically, he's probably top 10 because of his music and everything else.
Yeah.
But if it's just
Okay.
rapping, which is what we're discussing, then he falls way down the list.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, all right, Alexia, so who's our number 10?
Cardi B, y'all. Cardi B.
Alexia is a big Cardi B fan.
That's not true.
She has the same peacock tattoo, like, tatted on her thigh. Like, same thing.
You know a lot of.
I didn't even know she
you
had
know
that.
a lot about Cardi B. I know none about.
Yeah. What? Is that true, Cardi? You got a peacock on your thigh? I mean, obviously to me, she's new and she's super mainstream. So I'm not sure who came first, her or Lil Sims. But in my opinion, I definitely think Cardi B has way more of a commercial presence. So I have listened to her more. I didn't know who Little Sims was, but Cardi B only has two albums out and a couple singles, and I know she writes her own stuff, and I think she has lyrical talent, and I think that her, background and her life helped her be, write, and she is good. I don't think she's one of the best. I also noticed she's very, emotional, and that's a negative connotation, and I don't mean it like that. Like, when people say emotional, you're like, oh, she's a crybaby. That's not what I mean. Like, emotions have a huge range, and Cardi B has the ability to actually, touch on them and tell you about them, whether they're positive or negative. And I like that about her too. I guess I don't really like her impact. I don't really like how she's just like ew and sticking her tongue out, and like all Gen Z is like, yeah, okay, let's shake our ass and stick our tongue out, and that's what's gonna sell right now. Like I don't really like that, but that doesn't really that doesn't really make like her less of a rapper. It's just kind of like, what are you doing? Like you have a platform and you can touch so many people, pause, with this, and you choose to go like, ew, like come on. Like a fucking cat that got run over by a
Never once
tractor.
heard it make that noise.
Yeah. Oh, really? You've never heard Cardi B make
I've
that
heard
noise?
Other noises. I don't know what you doing.
Oh, okay. Well, if you were to say it like
sounds
that,
like
that's
someone pitched Flavor
okay.
Flav up a lot.
Exactly. But also, I mean, she is like new in the game, but she also, I don't want to say fell off already, but I'm like, where's she at? So it's like if you have this huge momentum and everyone's listening to you, I'm not saying you have to put music out all the time, but like, is your 15 minutes up? Like, what's going on? What, like, are you
5 years,
working on something huge? Yeah, like it's been a while. So I'm just kind of like, is that it? Like, and then of course, if that is it, then it's like, well, how can you be considered? You were literally, that means that you're during your in time, your impact and your legacy is like,
Yeah, like I think she's known. I mean, me personally, from what I see, I don't listen to Carter like that, but I do like Bodak Yellow. She's known a lot more for like online antics or stuff that she says on like IG or when she's gone live. Like I remember, there was that whole controversy when she was saying how she used to drug men to like get money to get by, and that kind of blew up in her face because people were like, yo, what if it was a man saying he did that to women, and everybody would go crazy. Just recently,
right. But she speaks about that in her songs.
yeah, and then recently with the whole Titan submarine that imploded going to go to the Titanic, she like went on IG live and like attacked the son of the man who was in the submarine, saying how is he going to a Blink-182 concert and not staying at home crying for his father where they're trying to find him. And to me, it's just like stuff like that kind of like rubs me the wrong way, because it's kind of like what you were saying, like you have such star power and it seems like sometimes you just use it in the wrong way or speak on things you just shouldn't say anything about, and it just kind of makes you look a little crazy and you can't really like, I don't know, handle your emotions when you're feeling something.
She did say that though.
What was that?
She did say that. She was like, I started speaking my mind and tripled my views. Real bitch. Only thing fake is the boobs.
Those are bars.
All right. I mean, that, like I said, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, because Lord knows Kanye West has said some fucking crazy shit. So let's not go tit for tat on shit. But if we're talking about music, I would just say more recently, I've only heard about her because of those things, not because she has like a new hot song that's been blowing up. And I'm just like, oh shit, that's the new Cardi,
I mean, she blew up with Bodak Yellow, and then very shortly after, it was like she was bragging that she was doing like rapping while she was stripping. So she was using that as almost a crutch to be like, well, I finally made it, blah blah blah. But let's be real. You was making some money dancing too, a lot of money.
2 songs I'm the most familiar, or 3 songs I'm the most familiar with Cardi B. Alexa, I'm gonna defer to you because you seem like the more the Cardi B fan, you're like literally able to quote lyrics. I know Bodak Yellow, I know Money, and I know the song she has with Meg Thee Stallion, which is WAP.
Shmoney. Oh, of course you know WAP. Of course.
Typical men. Look at this guy. CEO loves his WAP. You heard it here first.
He loves the WAP.
Also, I like it.
That one's very
That's a
popular,
popular
yes.
one.
I thought he was saying
Through
he
Your
likes the
Phone.
WAP too, and I was like, all right.
No, the song.
That's
Through
all
Your
you.
Phone, don't forget.
What was that?
Through Your Phone and Ring.
Okay.
I like those because she's more emotional. She's
Yeah.
talking about, yeah.
With Kalani. Yes. I haven't heard Cardi in a minute. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, because she hasn't been doing anything in a minute. Like, she had a kid and 2 kids maybe? I don't know. It's like, okay. And I'm not saying you pop the baby out, get back in the studio. No, but like, there are other female artists that have had kids and they keep going or they retire. But it's like, where are you? What are you doing?
Right.
Like, are you just on TikTok?
I
to-
think the problem is
Rihanna did a whole halftime show pregnant, so let's just throw that out there.
I think the problem, because that is a big concern for women, is like, all right, I have babies, now what? I think the problem with Cardi is that she's not giving us an answer. Like Nicki Minaj says, I'm gonna retire to focus on the kids. We're like, all right, cool. But with Cardi, she's just kind of being silent, and we're like, all right, are we waiting for music? Are you taking a break? It's just kind of up in the air, which is frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, it's not like we're waiting on the edge of our seats, or at least I'm
Not
not.
anymore,
'cause
right,
I do
yeah.
like her music, but we're just like, okay, like, are you done or
Right.
what? Like, can we give the stage to Lil Sims, let's say, for example?
Yeah. I mean, I remember.
But I do.
She was part of one of the judges on that Netflix show, The Rhythm and Flow, and I was like, all right, that's cool. You know, it seems like she's just kind of been coasting on the songs that she had already put out that catapulted her, but hasn't really put out anything
Which
new.
is fine, but that's definitely not going to last. Exactly.
It's definitely not gonna keep her in top 5.
I mean, look,
Yeah.
just for like a reference sake or a comparison, right? So Cardi B, she hasn't put out music in 5 years, and like we know because we were around at the time when Bodak Yellow, Money, and WAP, all that stuff came out. But kids, 15, 20 years from now, if she doesn't put out anything or is not any more relevant, they're gonna look back at her the same way where some of us are looking at MC Light, like, oh, what made her so special, like stand out, and it's like, oh, it's kind of like you had to be there, and it's like Cardi B's kind of almost gonna be in the same shit. I'm not saying she's less or better or whatever than MC Light, but I'm saying it's the same thing. It's like,
No, that's a good comparison. Yeah.
you know, like if she doesn't do anything, it's like, yeah, it's just gonna be this wave she rode at the time. She rode that wave until it just kind of faded, and it was like, all right, well.
I do want to say too, like a common theme in all of these women rappers, especially the 10 that we looked at specifically, all of them were confident. There wasn't one where I was like, they lacked in this small area. I mean, obviously to be top 10, that has to be a criteria. I'm just saying, like, there was no doubt. Also, they all speak very clearly. Like, I could understand everything all of them were saying. Like, there's a lot of male rappers where they're like, the beginning, and I'm like, honey, what?
What's his name? CEO.
Nah, son, don't ever disrespect like that.
Like, it's really frustrating, but literally, all the women spoke so clear. It was literally a relief. I was like, oh, I don't have to strain to understand what they're saying. It was honestly amazing. Also, I think besides maybe MC Light, all of them were able to obviously like turn sexy on and off. I'm saying that because MC Light didn't use that as a crutch. So these women, they could use that or they couldn't. And both times they were amazing. So guys don't have that option
like
a lot of times,
just
especially Lil Wayne.
Cool
Like,
J, like no one else can like flip it.
Right. But also
Or maybe Ja Rule too.
a little.
I suppose.
Huh?
Yeah, in the 2000s.
Also, the little con that I noticed was like, especially the older ones, like, okay, like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj aside, obviously and Lauryn Hill too, it was harder for me to differentiate them. So if we had all 10 rappers on their top 5, top 10 playlist and we randomized it and you're like, all right, Alexia, whose song is this? I'd be like, like I can't really differentiate their voice or their flow. Not that they're all the same. I mean, like, obviously there are some songs by Missy that are definitely Missy. I would be able to recognize Eve and Lil' Kim, but like, I'm just saying if I gave all of 10 of these girls a script and they just sang this song or rapped this song, I'd have a really hard time differentiating who was who.
That's a good point.
That's interesting. I think at least 40% of them I might mix up a little bit. Yeah.
So anyway, if you guys have nothing else to add really quick, why don't we narrow it down to 5 so we can get this ball rolling?
And if you're still with us, God bless you.
Yeah.
This has been a rough one.
Super rough. But thank you for sticking with us.
They're probably like, oh, who is the number 1 female rapper? What's going on?
So should we? Because again, this list is so. Again, when I'm being more reserved this episode, it's just really hard for me to like categorize some of these. Should we go from the bottom and to say who's definitely not on and start from there?
What I was gonna suggest, for me personally, and you guys feel free to disagree with that. I think there's 3 that I know definitely have to be on here, and I think once we get those 3, then we're kind of deliberating who are the other 2 that we throw on there.
Okay, so why don't you list those, and if we all agree, we'll do it like that. But if there's any debate, let's table it.
Yeah, so the 3 I have, it's the same that Alexia has: Nicki Minaj, Missy Elliott, and Lauryn Hill.
Oh shit.
Those are the three I think definitely have to be on there.
That is crazy. Those were the three that I had.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with that.
Like, to me, I was like, those three is just like undeniable.
And like Lauryn Hill, again, she doesn't have an extensive catalog by any stretch. And I could understand, as we were saying before, if you wanted to take her out of contention because of XYZ, but I think I'm fine with her there as well. So we're not saying that that's 1, 2, and 3, but those will be somewhere in the top 5.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's get to the rest.
I just want to note again how big of an impact Rhapsody had on me in freaking 10 minutes. So I would put her on there. But obviously I'm not educated in her enough, nor half of these other girls. So
Let's start with who we think is definitely not going to make it. Like someone like Lil Kim. Let's try to shout out Lil Kim.
Here's, I feel like each one of us have a strong person that we're like, they gotta go off the list. I already know who Alexia's kicking off the list. Me, I'm saying Cardi gotta go.
Oh yeah, Cardi's out for sure.
Yeah, Cardi.
Sorry, our TikTok fans. Maybe the rest.
the
rest of you who missed
thanks for
it.
joining my live though. Don't stop joining them.
Next time
Yeah.
join if you missed it, and you can have your voice heard. She went live 4 times.
Give us more reasons why they should be there.
Yeah, Alexia, what's your TikTok handle again, just so they know to follow you?
At Asexia,
Y'all guys
like
heard
Alexia with an S.
So if you want your voice to be heard, that's the place you go. All right.
All right. So
All right.
Cardi's
Cardi's
out.
gone. Yeah. That was mine. I have other ones, but Alexia, I'll let you now say who you think should go.
Ew, you already know.
But why don't you remind us just in case?
Yeah, because I'm having a hard time remembering things lately.
Queen Latifah.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, you bugging.
My Mick friend over
Your
here.
Mick friend? I'm pretty sure that's racist.
What? Why?
Against the Irish. I don't think you can say that.
I don't know. I mean, I don't nothing. I don't know. She shouldn't be
If
on
we
there.
have those other 3, I don't have her in the top 5 as well. She's out. And then
Same as me. Like, if I'm looking at it, like, and no disrespect to MC Light at all, but I'm looking at all the other things that the top 3 have or bring to the table on top of the lyrics.
Yeah.
I don't really think MC Light holds a candle. And look, I get it. Tyler, you spoke on it before. Like, she came in at an earlier time where the technology and the means weren't really there. So it's not really her fault, but these women
It is what it is.
took it to another level, yeah.
Lil Kim out. Shout out Lil Kim. Love you.
You think Little Kim got to go?
She got to go.
Why?
Because I said so. Because I think like bar for bar, she's not holding up to who's left on the list.
Okay, I can see that. And I also would say, like, for me, some of the biggest records that I know her for, even like her own songs, don't stand out as much to me as the feature she was on, but those aren't even her songs.
That
Yeah.
whole bad boy era kind of, I think it obviously helped and launch her, but I think it taints her legacy in her originality and her singular voice a bit. It's definitely like a boys club, and they're letting her have her chance a little bit, which is unfortunate. And I think that gets her out of the top 5.
Yeah, she was part of Junior Mafia, right?
Right.
All right, Little Kim, we're sorry, but gotta go. All right. Before we
I
have
think
left.
then, for almost the same reasons, Eve should be kicked out.
Oh, you bugging. No, I'm messing.
Okay.
Actually, I agree with you, because when you brought up that point about the choruses being more stand out, I could see that.
Yeah.
Aside from Love is Blind, which is, as a conceptual record, I respect and I really like still. But even Alexia brought up that, like, it's not as big as the other songs that she has. And it's true, like Let Me Blow Your Mind or Tambourine. And look,
Shout
I know
out
we're
Gwen
talking
Stefani. I love Gwen.
Yeah, shout out to Gwen Stefani. And I know, like, we're talking about bars and, like, rappers, and she's a rapper. Like, from the songs I heard, she wasn't singing on
Yeah,
anything. She
for
was
sure.
just straight rapping. But there were
Yeah.
no like quotable lines where I was like, "Oh damn, Eve said that." Like, that was crazy.
So then I don't know. I think for the same almost the same way we were like really really debating over like Kendrick being so new in the game. I think I would take Little Sims out just
Yeah.
cuz she's really new, and on top of being new, I just never heard anything of hers until I had to.
I think she more talented than most of the people on this list, but I think I'm comfortable. She's less than 10 years. We can have a part 3 in 5 years and we can talk about it, but I think she's out. But go watch the Gorilla music video. It's crazy. Who's left? Rhapsody and Queen Latifah?
Yeah, I'm cool with those.
Yeah, I'm cool with those two. That's what I was kind of hoping for, honestly.
Yeah.
And then the Lauryn Hill, I was semi-indifferent, but this is what I had in mind.
Oh, okay, all right. I honestly, for me, like Queen Latifah was like teetering for me. I was actually considering Little Sims, but after I got the information,
I think
how new
Lil
she
Sims
was-
is better, but yeah, I think she's just too new.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I was like, oh, I didn't realize how new she was.
She's like what? She's like 7 months older than me. So she's young. I think
Okay.
she's born 94, I think. So like she's little.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's definitely little then. All right.
Oh, but not quite Gen Z.
Nope.
Indeed.
So, okay, she's just a little too fresh, so I'm going to take her off.
Yeah.
So, that is already 5.
Yeah. All right. So, Alexia, if you wouldn't mind, just as a refresher for the audience as well as myself, to be honest, what's the criteria again?
Lyrics, impact, during time in, versatility, legacy, and bodies of work and or stage presence.
So that means our top 5 in no order is
So Queen Latifah, Rhapsody, Nicki Minaj, Lauryn Hill, Missy Elliott.
a respectable list, I think.
All right. So, impact, stage presence, which includes bodies of work, legacy, duration of time in the game, and versatility. Right?
And their lyricism.
Yeah, I think that kind of goes without saying.
So should we take all of those and do a quick 1 through 5?
Yeah.
You wanna
That's
do that-
how I'm
wanna do that
kinda
on-
thinking to do.
Want to do that on air?
Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Let's keep it funky fresh.
So let's start with Missy.
All right.
Okay.
From a 1 through 5, myself, I'm gonna give Missy Elliott a 3.
Wait.
For what?
Are
for
we doing?
lyrics.
Oh, okay. I Gotcha. On
Yeah.
on lyricism, he's saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For impact, I'm gonna give. Can we do like a 4.5, or we gotta do whole numbers?
Whole numbers. You can no. It's at a 5, you can do 0.5s. Yeah, that's how it works. If it's at a 10, it's whole numbers. If it's at a 5, you do halves.
Okay. Yeah. So Missy Elliott, I'm gonna give a 4.5
For what?
for impact.
Impact.
Impact. Okay.
Yeah. And then for stage presence, I'm gonna give her a 5, just
Yeah.
because she's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Her legacy, I'm gonna give her a 4, only just because if you know her, and you're part of the game. But I can't help but forget that time when she did the halftime show with Katy Perry, and a lot of people had no idea who she was. They thought she was a
Sad.
new artist. Yeah.
Yeah, so sad.
Why would you bring
Yeah.
that up? Now I'm bummed.
Sorry. And then for duration of time, she's Missy been around for a while, but she hasn't put out anything recently. So I'm also.
She had stuff like right before COVID, though, right?
I think so. She put out an EP, right?
Oh, it's thundering outside like crazy.
It's
let me
my window, and I can't stand the rain. It says thundering outside, so just saying.
I can't see her most recent thing right now, but what'd you give her for? Oh yeah, she has 2022. She has a song. Yeah, she has
Oh.
a couple. She has a couple 2022 songs right now.
But they're like,
2020, 2022.
peak in the zeitgeist of pop culture. I'm not sure.
Well, also, whatever her time was when she was like super relevant, she was super relevant.
Great.
Like I told you, all over MTV. Everyone knew her when I was in high school. Like,
When was that?
so
Alexia?
maybe the time isn't, years and years, but I think the impact, which you gave a 4.5,
What's the last category we're on right now?
is greater.
Well, right now
he's doing
duration of time.
Oh, okay. And you gave it a what?
I was gonna give her like a 3.5.
I think that's fine. Yeah.
Versatility. I'm giving her a 5 straight up.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that she wrote for so many artists, and then her production and her songs, they're so unique compared to anybody else on this list. Her shit is like so different.
Yeah, she can rap at different tempos and such very easily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I have the same score as you.
Oh, okay.
I would give her lyrics maybe like a 4, not a 3.
Really?
I mean, you just said her versatility is fucking crazy, and you're like, her lyrics are a 3.
I'm gonna give it a 3.5. That's a good point. I'm gonna bump it up half. Because like it's not complex, but it does what it needs to do.
Yeah,
Right.
I guess you're right.
Mhm.
Bump it up.
It's
You heard that, Missy? Alexia was really fucking fighting for you right there.
Because I failed my boy M.
You can
on
still
that
avenge him.
Stupid Lil Wayne thing.
You can still
Anyways.
avenge him because with the
Listen.
stuff going on with the transgender community, he could identify as a female rapper, and he would just fucking body everybody on here.
Listen, Eminem is a top 9 rapper. All right, he's up there.
Just
Okay,
overall.
so-
All right. So I guess we all had the same scores for Missy Elliott. We all agree on that.
I have
Not really, but you did change some after what I
Yeah,
said.
I have 3.5 for lyrics.
Okay.
Okay.
But we can I guess we'll just add everything. Ugh, I'm gonna get my Kenny Daddy calculator,
I got it.
Yeah, but we have different scores. Like everyone add up your own and then you'll know like where you stand, right?
Yeah.
Alright, who's next?
Lauryn Hill.
Yeah. Okay. Lauryn Hill. I love Lauryn Hill. Lyrics. I'm gonna give her a 5.
I mean, I would too, but again, like singing, like or rapping, like I don't know. I really like her. Don't get me wrong, but I
you
still
a hater.
am kind of like. I'm like, okay, the limited songs that rap that she has, because there's more singing. I'm like, okay, yes, they're good, but whatever. 5. I mean, I would give her a 5 because I like.
I got a 4.5.
Okay.
Okay.
Impact. I mean, I'm between a 4.5 and a 5 on that as well. I mean,
yeah.
she put out one album, like one solo project.
Impact from her rapping. We got to remember, it's not the whole thing.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah,
why
right.
that's why it's not a 5 for me.
All right. I mean, because I just think even as her impact, just in general, like, she's like borderline like an icon.
She is.
Like, damn,
Right,
like, you know
but-
of her.
Yeah. Impact
Rapping.
I gave 5 too, but
Rappity rap, right? Like imagine if the world never saw Britney Spears, we only had the music. How would that change her legacy, right? Just the body of work I'm talking, just the rapping.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not a 5 for me. But next.
All right. This one I think is a 5 right here. Stage presence, but in quotations, bodies of work. I mean, she literally, I said this before in a previous episode, when the discussion comes up of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time, not just in the females or the male category, but in the whole culture, the genre altogether, she's the only female rapper's album that ever gets brought up. Every time.
Mm-hmm.
but I've never seen her on stage.
Oh, she's on stage now. She's in trouble. She gotta get that money. She's in trouble with IRS the last
Taxes.
20 years.
Yeah.
Why?
She didn't do her taxes right 20 years ago, and now she's been hustling ever since.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
But she's not this type of stage like Missy out of this list is the best stage presence, I think, followed by Nicki Minaj. I don't think Lauryn Hill's stage presence is on the same level as theirs at all.
Huh, so let me get this clear. Because, Alexia, based on what I have, I thought stage presence and bodies of work was considered under the same category. Are we separate?
It is.
Okay, so are we separating that then? Because when I'm
What?
looking at bodies of work, I'm looking at, like, in her album.
Right.
Like, the whole project.
Oh.
So I'm not sure how that correlates to stage presence.
So I was thinking when they're on the stage. when they're performing is what I was getting at.
Yeah, when they're performing their bodies of work.
Oh, yeah. That's
Okay. So I might actually have to add something different then.
So I think we should have stage presence
As
and
its own thing.
and then bodies of work as two separate things. Because you're always rapping your bodies of work. Because what else would you rap? You know?
Yeah.
It's like some musicians are really good in the studio, but their live shows suck. Right? And so we can add bodies of work to the end and just do Missy Elliott real quick.
Yeah. I was gonna say that. For Missy Elliott, I'm gonna just double backing real quick. Stage presence, I'm gonna give a 5, but body of work, I'm probably gonna give like a 3.5.
I agree.
I mean, because I know Missy Elliott for her singles, but I don't really know what projects they belong to.
Right, for sure. So then back down to
Lauryn
Lauryn
Hill.
Hill. So just stage presence. Her performing. What do we think?
I'm gonna say 3, just because I've never seen her perform.
3 feels safe. It's not, she comes, she does what she has to do.
Yeah, and I have heard a lot of reports where she has shown up to shows to perform late as hell, and people have been pissed by that because she'll have them waiting for like an hour and a half before she comes on stage.
That would put it down to a 2 then, no?
I mean, that's what you have for your thing. I mean, because look, at the end of the day, those people still waiting for her to show up. I mean, I guess I don't know if that really adds anything because it's
because they spent the money.
Yeah, it's like I really fucking paid.
But once she gets there, I think it's at the level of a 3. I think her punctuality's a 2 or a 1, but once she starts, I think it's at a 3 for me.
Yeah.
Next.
Legacy.
I mean, that's probably a 4.5 to a 5 for me, right? It's like everyone.
Yeah, I was borderlining between 4 or 4.5.
Even
So
10-year-olds know who she is.
I'm gonna go 4.5 for Legacy.
I put 5.
I put 5, I think. Next.
Duration of time. I'm not gonna front. I find this a little bit easier, the ranking, because I don't really have a dog in this fight. I'm just like, it's being very objective.
Duration of time would be. Describe that to me. Define that for me. Just so we're on the same page.
I guess how long she's been doing it, because just like we cut Little Sims out for not being in the game long enough,
Right.
but also when did she retire, or did she retire? And then just like we talked about Cardi B, did she actually retire, or is she just a ghost?
All right, I put like a 2.5. I put because new music, like she's performing, but it's not really new stuff. I think I'd have to put up like a 2.
Okay.
Yeah, because she's definitely
weird,
riding
but-
off of her old catalog.
Yeah, which is fire, but
Yeah.
times are changing.
Yeah.
Next.
Versatility. I'm gonna give her a 4.
I was just let's say, yeah.
I mean, because when she raps, she's rapping, but man, can she sing, and she has a great voice when she's singing.
So why would that make her a 4 and not a 5?
Well, because I'm thinking about other things with the versatility with Missy Elliott, the stuff that she's doing with these songs. I don't really hear her taking that the production to that level.
Right.
Okay.
Or even Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj got different voices when she raps. Yeah, so
Next.
Lauryn Hill ain't really doing all that. Bodies of work, I think, even though she got one project, you could say 2 if you want to count the Fugees.
Yeah, I would. So which I guess you would add a half to whatever you have then.
Yeah, I'm looking at it as a 5. Whoa, you all right over there, Alexia? Your face said everything.
It just sounded like you were like, yeah, so there's only 1.5 things that I can go off of. A 5. And I was like, what?
Yeah, I think I gotta go 3.5.
Yeah, I was like, I did not expect you to say it's perfect. I was like, wait, what? Did I miss something?
I might even.
You know what?
3.
You guys
I'm
are
gonna,
convinced.
I'm gonna do
I'm gonna
3.
go down a point. I'm gonna go down a point. I'm gonna go down to a 4. Just
Don't
because,
let us pressure you.
No, but it is a valid point. I'm not gonna go down to a 3, but
I got a 3.
I think the project that she put out is so impactful. Like, it carried it for so long. People still talk about it, reference it.
Well, we know how you feel about those because you won't get off of Illmatic. So
Ooh.
Yeah, greatest hip hop album of all time, if you ask me. But I think even Drake Drake has still like sampled
Stay
like recent
tuned.
songs off of Lauryn Hill's first album.
For
You
sure,
know,
but
Kanye too.
when you're that talented,
So?
you can make one album. You know?
That's what I'm saying. She didn't have to do much.
Yeah, but like it becomes binary at that point. It's like, is it good or it's bad? That's good. For me, I have a 3 for that, which I think is generous. You got one album.
Oh.
You got one album. You know.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
Nicki Minaj. I'm gonna defer this to Alexia because she's a lot more familiar with Nicki than I am.
Unfortunately, I put 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5.
$5 foot long.
For
Whoa.
Nicki.
Yeah, I think obviously her lyrics are fucking great. Her impact is definitely there. Her time in, she wasn't the first female rapper, obviously, but she was the first female in Young Money. She's been around for a while, and she's still around for sure. Versatility, are you joking? You even just said she makes different voices. She can rap slow, fast. She can sing. She can be featured. She has features. She's everything. Legacy, she will forever be talked about. She will forever be like, oh, even if someone hates her lyrics or her songs, that is Black Barbie. She literally was, everyone talks about how she got 2 ribs removed, one on each side. Everyone talks about how she has so many ass jobs that she can't even sit on her actual like body. Everyone talks about how she has like these wigs and she does big productions and music videos. Her legacy is forever going to be amazing. Her bodies of work, definitely good. I don't know if like they're the best, like she makes albums that like have themes and they're like great, but that's not what she needs. You know what I mean? Whatever she does works for her. And her stage presence, are you joking? She dances, sings, raps, like she has confidence. She's inspiring in a positive way. She's good at all of these things.
She alright. I'm just kidding.
All right, Alexa got 5 all across the board. I got 5 from lyrics, impact, stage presence, legacy, duration of time, and versatility. Bodies of work, I'm going to give a 3.5, maybe a 4.
This is very interesting.
Just because I'm not too familiar with her bodies of work.
I have 4.5, 4, 5, 3.
3, 4 bodies of work.
I don't think she has a classic album. I think all of her albums have really strong songs. I don't think there's like Lauryn Hill has her classic album. Kendrick has his couple of classic albums. I don't think she has a classic album, even though all her stuff is good. The albums itself don't stand up, I think. Next.
Rhapsody.
I had Queen Latifah as the next one up.
Whatever. Queen Latifah or Rhapsody.
God damn. Put some respect on
There's
the
only
queen's
2
name.
left. Like, it doesn't matter.
Whatever. All right. So, who do you want? Queen Latifah. Alexia, I'm gonna let you go.
Queen Latifah, I put 5 for lyrics, impact, and legacy, but I put a 4 for everything else. I put 4 because, I mean, like I said, she's mainly an actress now, but she still is talked about in the rap world. There's no question that she was, before a rapper, but I can't really speak to bodies of work either. I don't know if she has any albums that were like, wow, even if her songs were. But I do think that her legacy, her impact, and her like presence will never disappear.
Okay. Yeah, I had 4, 5, 3.5, 5, 3, 3, 3.
Okay.
I had 4, 3.5, 3, 4, 3, 3, 3.
Oh, yours was really low. What the heck?
He a hater.
Obviously. He's like, don't shit on the queen, and then he shits on her himself.
Fucking secret servers. Don't shit on the queen. No.
Yo, why'd you put it like that? It's like, don't shit on the queen, and then shits on the queen.
World War III.
Yeah,
That's what you
the
did.
worst.
Okay, so
Oh, man.
now
All right.
Rhapsody.
So Rhapsody lyrics, I'm giving a 5. That she was.
I did
spitting.
too. She definitely surprised me. But for
Yes.
impact, I gave her a 2 because she should have been way more like famous than she is.
Oh,
And,
I was waiting for the
she's-
disrespectful Alexi to come out. I was waiting for it to be like, "Cause who?"
Shut up. I wish the impact was greater, but it's clearly not. So that's why I gave her a 2. But I wanted it to be greater.
Okay.
Mhm.
What about stage presence?
Stage presence, I put, well, 4. I mean, I haven't seen her perform on stage, but performing like on camera is the same thing, right? So I'm not
Similar,
talking
yeah.
music videos because that's a production. I mean like live. So the only thing I can refer to is the Funk Flex whatever thing. So I haven't seen her perform live, but she was great on that. But again, there wasn't enough for me to go on. I can't give her a perfect score because you did one interview, which maybe there was more, I can't judge that.
Okay, I respect that.
I got here. I got 5, 3, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 3.
I put 3 for Legacy also, yeah.
Damn.
Because I wish it was more, but it's really not. It's a shame. Like, I'm very impressed by her.
All right. Based on this, I already have my order, I guess. I added them all up.
Me too.
Oh, hold on. What the hell, y'all?
So
Chris,
he's
math.
really
It's math.
bad at addition.
No, I was just going through my list, and I was just like, y'all like, I'm already done. I was still rating Rhapsody stuff, and y'all like, done already. I'm like, oh, hold on.
CEO's got to go.
Shut up.
You got me. I didn't think of it that way. When it's time, I guess we'll all say who we have in number 5, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah, okay.
Ah, okay.
And then we'll say,
Like on the count of 3, we'll all say at the same time.
counting to 3 is hard,
Oh yeah, counting to 3 is real hard for Chris.
It's balls. It's hard for you. All right, so
Pause.
Pause.
I walked right into
Bro!
that. All right,
Rewind.
pause.
Eject.
Eject.
Bring it back to Blockbuster.
All right, so who wants to set this off? Like, I want to leave it to Alexia.
What?
What are you talking? Boy, we just had a whole plan. What are you talking about?
Oh, my fault. I got so lost. All right, so we're gonna start with number 5.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna say who we have at number 5.
At the same time.
same time.
So the listeners can.
oh,
yeah.
poor. I feel sorry
Is
for y'all.
everyone ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Rhapsody.
Queen
Rhapsody.
Latifah.
Chris.
I wish y'all could have seen his face as he struggled to time it out.
Oh my God.
He was like 1 and 2 and 3 and here it comes. I don't know how you got so many albums
And
out.
he's the rapper. And
Oh
I'm
man, this
crying.
man ain't got no rhythm. This man ain't got nary a rhythm.
No rhythm. No rhythm.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
I'm embarrassed.
But he was sitting there with his little Burger King crown, waiting for
He was
something.
for those of you at home,
Bro.
he was nodding. He was counting it in. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm ready. He's trying to find his pocket.
Bro, the light is green. Oh,
Alexia was half a second late, which is understandable. We're all in different rooms. The internet. You was a whole. Get it
I was
together.
lagging. My
Oh,
Wi-Fi is
alright,
acting up.
For in real life. Oh my God.
So we both had Rhapsody, and I have her with a score of 23. What's your Queen Latifah score?
23.5.
Interesting. Very interesting. This actually messes some things up. All right. So, because I was hoping that our first two would be the same.
Well, what's number 4 for everyone?
Yeah, I guess we'll
Me,
start
it's
with that.
Rhapsody.
For you, it's 1, 2, 3. Fucking idiot. I hate doing this podcast, man. We always starting late. Shit breaks. It's hot in my room. I turn on my fan so the mic don't pick it up.
Yo, Alexia's dead, y'all.
This man can't count. This dog's barking. Y'all know. It's not behind the struggle. It's not behind it. It's in the struggle. It's all around us. Lexi over here crying. I don't even know why. I'm the guest. I'm doing all this work. I'm the special guest.
He was so excited.
I wish y'all could see his face. His dumb face.
He was like, mine's Rhapsody. We're like, bro, did you hear the rules?
Oh, man.
After you messed it up the first time. Oh, my God.
Is everyone ready?
Well, Chris's is Rhapsody, so.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Lauryn
Missy
Hill.
Elliott.
See, this is where we're fucked now.
Ooh.
So, okay.
Hold on, what did you have, Alexia?
My number 4 is Missy Elliott, mathematically.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. I kind of surprised myself because number 3 was, well.
So my
ahead.
Rhapsody is 23, and then
Why do I feel like we're talking about like Pokemon stats? Like, oh, overall, it's 23.
let me add this up one more time. This is a little crazy. Give me 12 seconds. You know I'm bad at math. Too.
You know I'm bad at
12.
counting.
No, we know.
Maybe if you do the counting, it's better. Nah, never mind. I don't want you to hurt yourself.
Yeah. So Rhapsody,
Fuck you.
I had 23, and then Lauryn Hill, I had 25.5. She somehow got into 4th.
Yeah, that's why Missy Elliott, too, for me is 4th. And I was like, what? But, yeah.
All right, so maybe I'll just go through mine because now we're all off, and we're gonna have to debate. I'll go through mine, you go through yours, and he'll go through his, and then we'll talk about it. Because like if our top one is the same, then that might help.
Then it's a wrap. Pun intended.
Dude, you good?
Yikes! So
It's a wrap.
23, I had Rhapsody. In my 4th place with 25.5, I had Lauryn Hill. In 3rd place with 26.5, I had Queen Latifah. In 2nd place, 29, I had Missy Elliott. And then Nikki takes it 29.5. She just made it.
Mm.
And now Alexia goes. And CEO waits, and then I'll count him in.
Is he there? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was buffering.
He clearly. Okay, so 5 I had
Shut up.
Rhapsody. My 4 was Missy Elliott. My 3 was actually Queen Latifah.
Me too.
2 I had Lauryn Hill, and 1 was Nikki.
Okay, so both of our number ones are the same. And then let's get to CEO. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Queen Latifah was my number 5.
Hater.
Rhapsody was my number 4 at 24 points. My number 3 was Lauryn Hill with 27.5. My number 2 was Missy Elliott with 28.5. And my number 1 was Nicki Minaj
And
with
the winner is
33.5.
Which we said
Sheesh.
a week ago. And I think on the 3rd TikTok live we did, we discussed that. Yeah. You guys, what's the handle again?
Asexia.
Oh, okay.
We have to count her in.
So yeah, I assumed Nikki would win. I thought I might be pleasantly surprised, but it is what it is. We all agree on that. Do we want to talk about the other rankings real quick and why Ortiz hates Queen Latifah for some reason?
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't hate.
Well, anyways, guys, behind the struggle really quick. Obviously, we all agree that Nicki Minaj is the number 1 female GOAT rapper of all time. So there you have it. You stuck with us this long.
I'm sorry,
Pause.
everyone. It's rough.
Sorry it took us so long to get there, but yes, Nicki Minaj, woo, she wins. But now let's talk about why Chris hates Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
1, 2, 3, go.
Just Queen Latifah, I just think rap has evolved a lot more since when she started. I mean, she had great lyrics. I think her impact was important for the time that it was, but she transitioned into doing films. So I feel like you'd have to be of the culture to really know like Queen Latifah had music, because if not, you would only know her for her films. Her stage presence, I don't really know much about it. I've never seen her perform, and once again, this is a little bit before my time. I gave her a 4 for legacy because I think in the culture, people still know who she is, Queen Latifah, So duration of time, she's still around, she's still relevant, she's still talked about, if not for her music, for other things. Versatility, once again, she came at a time where she was really just rapping, and she wasn't doing much singing. The production wasn't really like wild. Like when I look at her compared to like Nicki or Lauryn Hill or Missy Elliott, like those three women do. Nicki got different voices, can sing. Lauryn can sing. Missy Elliott got crazy production. She could sing, and she's rapping on top of that. Has written songs for others, and in Rhapsody is the only one that I thought was a close comparable to her. But when I'm listening to Rhapsody, like I said, I was impressed. Like if I was like watching a rap battle between Queen Latifah and Rhapsody, no disrespect to Queen Latifah, I'm thinking Rhapsody's smoking her.
Who you calling a bit?
So that's the only reason. And bodies of work, once again, is that I don't know a project of hers that people talk about like, oh, that's a certified classic or one that you have to listen to. I know two of her biggest songs, which is Unity and Just Another Day, but if we're talking about songs at that point, bodies of work, I'm unfamiliar with it.
You a hater, I got it.
I don't think any of them, except for Lauryn Hill, have an album that we can refer to. They're mostly all actually like songs. So whoever has the most songs, the most iconic, the most catchy, whatever, that would make more sense, because it's sort of unfair to be like, well, it's classic albums only, because then Lauryn Hill wins, but then Lauryn Hill wins by default because she was named the classic album, and then she only has one, and then it's like, still, again, is she a fucking rapper? Like,
damn.
So basically, what we've learned today over two podcast episodes, several TikTok lives, is Nicki's number one, CEO's got to go, MC Light's coming for Alexia at Asexia. Lil Sims, go watch the Gorilla music video. And Rhapsody's great, but she doesn't make it.
Yep. I like that conclusion, Tyler. Thank you.
Oh, wait, so you guys have Rhapsody at your number 5, right? Still.
Yeah, she was number 5.
Yeah. I mean, top 5 for sure, but
stage presence didn't do it for me.
And again, her impact and legacy, I think, should be higher than they were, but honestly, they're not high. But I'm amazed by her, but that doesn't make her a better rapper.
Lauryn Hill was at my number 4. I gave her 2 for was it time, whatever we called it,
duration.
So you put Queen Latifah over Lauryn Hill?
Yes. Based on, again, and if I was making a personal list on a different day, not on air, not with this criteria, things might move around a bit, but
I'm sure mine too.
For the Behind the Struggles podcast, this is my list.
And for the sake of the podcast, the conclusion basically is Nicki Minaj is the female
You
goat.
said that already. Damn.
Well, circling it back so we can conclude this.
We're trying to conclude this, CEO. You got to go.
All right.
Anyways, guys, what do you think based on our criteria, based on your criteria? Do you agree with us, disagree? Do you think that Cardi should have been in top 5 since all of my TikTok fans do? Do you guys want to follow me on TikTok at Asexia? Do you guys want to hear anything else?
Or more disrespect to MC Light from Alexia? Tune into the TikTok.
Don't forget to chat with us on Instagram, message us on YouTube, any requests, things that you want us to talk about. Thank you so much for listening to this droning podcast episode of the season finale.
Oh, yeah. When are the episodes coming out on YouTube, just for the people listening that are listening on Spotify and stuff?
The Friday following.
Yeah, so thank you guys for joining us on this second part of us deliberating, trying to figure out who are the top 5 greatest female rappers. Like, Alexia said already, Nicki Minaj, we all kind of already knew or agreed was going to be number 1, so it was just interesting to see who was going to be after her.
And we have to thank Tyler again for joining the podcast. The check did clear, Tyler, so thank you so much. If you want to go ahead and plug yourself.
My bank just notified me. Yeah, it went through. Again, I'm Tyler Smith, filmmaker in Westchester, New York, babysitting CEO, teaching them how to count. It's just day by day.
All right, guys. Thank you once again for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys next week for part 1 of our season finale, where we start discussing the greatest rap album of all time in the last 50 years of hip hop.
Happy birthday, hip hop.
Yeah, we're going to be celebrating that. So make sure you guys tune in for that. We want to, pay homage to the females in the game. We feel like they don't get much respect. So definitely want to dedicate some time to them. But tune in next week, because those are going to be some good ones. With that
Hell
said,
yeah.
y'all, make sure you follow me at The Real CEO. You can find all my stuff at thisisceo.com. And thank you for riding with us on the struggle bus.
Ooh, bars. All right, chimps. See you next time. Bye.